All right, let me show one more clip of Charlie Kirk here. This is for all the people that keep continually calling him a white supremacist and a racist. This is Charlie Kirk actually confronting an actual white supremacist and what he said to this guy.
I want to ask a question of you. What does it mean to be an American? Is it an idea or a history, a shared history, or is it a skin color?
Well, I mean, you could go back to the original founding fathers, the Immigration Act of, I believe it was.
What does it mean to be an American? Is it a skin color or something else?
So there's the current idea of what it means according to the Hart-Celler Immigration Act and all this bullshit that you guys spew. But if you go back to the original founding fathers, they intended this to be a European nation for white men of good stock and character.
So can you show me? Let me answer the question. Can you show me where in the United States Constitution it says that?
It wasn't in the Constitution.
It wasn't in the Constitution because they didn't believe it.
The founding.
You, sir, they did not put it in the United States. Let me ask you another question. Since you support, allow him to have the mic. Let me ask you another question, sir.
What does the phrase, in the United States Constitution, and they made it explicitly clear.
What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean? What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean?
Why is that relevant?
Because it was on every founding document and presidential seal from our founding, which means out of many, one. You, sir, and your ideology is not conservative. It is right-wing, identitarian. It has no place in the conservative movement, my friend. Get out of line. Get out of line.
But this guy is a white supremacist, though.
Yeah.
That should be his boy.
Yeah.
That should be his best friend.
Yep.
They believe the same thing.
Yep.
He told this dude, you have no place in the conservative movement. You have no standing. This is not constitutional. The founding fathers did not believe in this. And this is why he pushes back against the CRT movement and, DI and all this stuff, because it gives that false narrative that the founding documents are inherently racist when they weren't. Like, yeah, racism existed at the time, but the document itself does say that we are all created equal. So it's just interesting. And I wanted to play that because you have this clip from MSNBC where this woman is talking about what this Charlie Kirk movement, what she's seeing happen in the country. So pull this up real quick.
What you're seeing here is a movement called Christian nationalism that merges Christianity as it's been practiced in America for centuries with a very specific interpretation of what the founding fathers wanted, what Aristotle wanted, going all the way back to the ancients. You saw Larry Arnn, who is the president of Hillsdale College and a proponent of this strain of interpretation of the Bible, merge Christianity and protecting the Western civilization values into one and the same thing. It's a very somewhat convoluted argument, but if you distill it into the right talking points, it really hits you in the patriotic heart area, as it were.
So what she's trying to do, and this is what a lot of people on the left try to do, especially all of the race baiters, the Jasmine Crockett's, the Jamel Hills, the Joy Reids, all of them, they try to conflate what Turning Point is preaching and what conservatism and modern Christianity is preaching, and they try to conflate that with what that white nationalist was talking about.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say that this is Christian nationalist, which they're trying to make them the same thing.
Yep.
And it's not the same thing.
Once you put that nationalist at the end of it,
yeah,
it just sounds today it sounds like it's, you might as well say white supremacist.
Well, that was Candace Owens' whole argument about when they tried to say she was a Hitler lover because she said that
Hitler was a nationalist.
Hitler was they tried to use Hitler as but he wasn't a nationalist.
Yeah,
They tried to point to Hitler as that term nationalist being a negative term. They try to use that as the reasoning for why that's a scary phrase. You know? Yeah.
Something that's interesting about that whole thing is that you shouldn't want your country's government to be Christian.
Yeah.
Meaning like, oh, we're Christian. Because the moment you do that, you think you've won. It's like you don't get it. Like the ideas are where the battle is.
Right.
It's not, if we say, like, how many times, oh, I'm Christian, oh, you're Christian, we're Christian, oh, cool, we're all good. No, you're not.
Right.
Because the more you get to find out about that person, you'll realize, okay, you got flaws, we got flaws, we need Jesus, right? We need Jesus.
Yeah.
And so we're not all good, right? Nobody's good, not one. And so it's constant growing and learning. So if you like have we're a Catholic nation, we're this, that it becomes that, right? No, we're only Protestant. It's just going to be more infighting.
Yeah.
If you want to make an identity, instead of saying, no, we are going to go into these places. We're going to go into the government. And that's what you see happening. Like all these people who are in the government now, they're different. They're from different veins of quote unquote Christianity, right? But you come together on the idea of the roots of it, loving people, right? You hold people accountable. And that's where we can do that every day. Just on like a basis level of we're around each other and you see somebody snap on, like Jamie snaps on someone like, hey, Jamie, you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Right? Just that simple thing. Hey, you shouldn't have, that policy, it sounds good now, but it's actually going to do damage down the line because you're trying to protect people, but is it based out of fear? Because if it's based out of fear, it's going to hurt us later on down the line, right? And it seems good for right now, but later on you can see that. That's my point. We can see how these things can destroy us, and that's not what this movement is.
Right.
This movement, that's not what Charlie Kirk talked about.
Yeah.
It's always about the ideas and learning what is God doing? Who is he? The more we learn who he is, the more we can learn who we are, the more we can refine. It's not about pushing it on anybody.
Right.
We don't want to push if we make people, like, think about the New World and they made people Catholic. You know, I'm talking about the 1400s and the 1500s. When they find the New World, America, and they're trying to make people turn to become Christians. Even like the Native Americans, you know, where they push that on them, Catholic or even Protestant, in some where you're making them become quote unquote civilized. These things never work.
Yeah.
You can't force anybody to do something, right? But what you can do is argue the best ideas.
Mm-hmm.
How is this going to work out, right? You might not always have the answer, but you know what you can argue? That doesn't work. Right? What you want to do is not working, and here's the proof of it. You know, and I think that was something that Charlie was good at too. Like, he didn't always have the answer for everything. Well, what's your solution? He didn't always have the answer, but he did point out, well, where you're going with it, we know all the data on that. Right. We know where that leads us. You know, and so that can't be the way we go. And we have to keep on seeking for the truth in these instances. But again, mischaracterizations are going to happen from people that have bad intentions. They're going to try to mischaracterize you. They're going to try to mischaracterize MAGA, right? How many times you've heard MAGA called a cult?
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna.
They even use the tactic of dehumanizing, calling people maggots and referring to them as bugs and insects. I mean, these are the tactics of those trying to dehumanize somebody to the point where you don't even see their life as valuable.
Right. And so you see it like, if I can say, oh, these people are this, therefore I'm putting a label on it, and now you put a check mark in somebody's head, I can hate them, I can dislike them. But when we fight back on these things, when we can debate these things, it's not that cut and dry, right? When you want to hear the side of it's the same thing on the other side. Oh, they're just hair. Oh, they got purple hair.
Blue-haired liberals.
They're left-wing.
Yeah.
You know, they hate everybody. Like, no. If you sit and you talk to people,
I just say they have that look, and they do have that look.
They have a look. There is a look.
A sect. There is a sect.
There's a look, just like there's a look to people who are in hip hop culture, right? Yeah. Deeply in hip hop culture. There is a look, but does that mean you can say, okay, they might be into this, they might be into that. But my point is that when you just mischaracterize them and you just conclude that they are deplorable and there is no hope for them, that's demonic every time.
That's where I don't.
Yeah.
Surprise me.